Hello, and welcome to this Arena Breakout Infinite kit guide. This guide is developed for newer players, on the idea that you're coming from similar extraction shooters and have some understanding of it. It was based on a presentation that I provided for somebody that I was showing how to play the game, and I decided to record it so that I could share it with everybody, because I felt like there was some useful information that was especially good for newer players. So if you gain something from it, feel free to drop a like and subscribe, and enjoy. Okay, so from the top, kits in Arena Breakout Infinite are complex, containing many different pieces of gear, which all have to function together to survive. This means that there is a high variance in what a successful kit looks like, and typically it is wise to enter a raid with a complete kit, since there is a wide range of unknowns you might encounter. And while you may not utilize some aspects of your kit in every raid, you'll certainly miss things if you don't have them. A phrase to live by is you'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. The first part of the kit is your weapon, which is probably the most crucial aspect of the kit. One thing I'll touch on a lot is the survivability onion, which consists of several steps which allow you to survive more of your raids. It consists of do not be there, do not be seen or heard, do not be shot at, do not be hit, do not be penetrated, and do not die. The two key aspects of your weapon are your ammo and your suppressor. Always go out suppressed, because people are drawn to gunfire, so if you're making a bunch of noise, more people will likely show up and complicate your fights. Ammo is also crucial because armor is a thing in this game, and you need to be able to penetrate armor to deal damage to your adversaries. There's a wide array of ammo that you can take, arranged by rarity. The meta is almost always determined by penetration. More expensive ammo almost exclusively penetrates more armor, and the trade-off for that is higher penetrating ammo often deals less damage to unarmored targets. And think of it like this. Lower penetrating rounds are often softer rounds with a blunt tip. These are hunting rounds designed to expand inside of a target. The expansion creates additional drag inside the body and transfers more of their overall energy to the target. In contrast, higher penetrating ammo, the way you achieve higher penetration is velocity, mass, hardness, and sharpness. If you think about that, a fast, sharp, hard round entering a body tends to stay together and penetrate further, often over-penetrating. Because of this, it transfers less energy and deals less damage. Sometimes, high-penetrating ammo can be cheaper because of this damage trade-off, which meets certain inefficient thresholds. This is kind of an edge case that you don't need to worry about too much as a newer player. Usually, in my experience, high purple, low gold is a good middle ground for rarity that will yield good results. I use 545 by 39 pp as a cheap round that is still somewhat effective. If we look at it, it has an overall penetration of 31, which, if it is similar to Tarkov, every 10 points of penetration allows us to immediately penetrate one higher tier of body armor. So body armor is leveled 1 through 6, so 31 penetration allows us to penetrate level 3 body armor. There are also other stats that ammo imparts, such as accuracy bonuses, base damage, initial bullet velocity, etc. Base damage is how much damage you're dealing to body parts on successful penetration. So, checking to see if higher penetration equals lower damage, let's check another round. So I'm using 545 by 39 pp, so let's close this out and check 545 by 39 BS. So PP has 31 penetration and 44 base damage versus BS, which has 52 penetration and 40 base damage. Oddly, the round is also slightly slower, likely due to the higher mass of the bullet. BP, in contrast, the damage actually goes up versus PP, which is an interesting aspect of it. A question is asked, do you change out your ammo every time, specifically for quick kits? And the answer is, you cannot make adjustments to a quick kit, but what you can do is put ammunition into your reinforced case, which you can then repack your magazines with in raid if you wish. So if you wanted to use higher quality ammunition, you would place it here. Another question, do you do all of that from your inventory? Take the magazine out, etc.? Answer, yes. You'll do almost all ammunition management from your inventory screen within the raid. So that's the crucial aspect of firearms. A couple of other basic considerations are optics. Basic firearms always have iron sights. You almost always want electronic optics because they improve your sight picture by elevating your eye above the gun and clearing obstructions around your target so you can track them better. Also, vertical and horizontal recoil. You're shooting an automatic weapon, so controllability is incredibly important for ensuring your rounds are continually hitting your target. Also less important, but still critical, is ergonomics, which controls a lot of human factors, such as aiming speed, reloading speed, and other weapon handling characteristics, which become more important at close range. So much for weapons. Armor is the other side of the ammunition coin. So armor is critical for protecting the body from damage. It does this in two ways, by absorbing and deflecting incoming rounds, and reducing their damage on successful penetration of the armor. So your character has a specific amount of health spread across your body parts. So your leg can take damage, but you will still hold your weapon. And your arms can take damage, but you'll still be able to run. The critical locations are the head and the chest. So if your head or chest are reduced to 0, you die, hence the body part and helmet. A personal preference of mine is to prioritize head armor over body armor because your head has less HP than your chest. You can take a chest shot and potentially survive, whereas if you take a head shot without an adequate helmet, you're dead. A question is asked, how do you know what the hit points are? And I look around for a bit, but cannot find the health display, so I wind up Googling it and provide an image here. The answer is, taking a look at the character, that it has 40 hit points on the head, 85 hit points on the chest, 70 hit points on the abdomen, 60 hit points on the right and left arms, and 65 hit points on the right and left legs. Another question, if the HP of your arm goes to 0, can you just apply a bandage, or is there something specific that you apply to get it working again? And the answer is yes. So if your arm is reduced to 0 HP, excess damage is transferred to your other body parts. So if they keep hitting your leg, then you start taking head and chest damage. Typically, when a part is reduced to 0, it's called getting blacked. If your arm or leg is blacked, you need a surgery kit to fix that, such as the standard military surgical kit. And then you need a standard first aid kit to heal the limb after it's been repaired. Regen shots are nice because they automatically heal without taking any further actions. So as stated before, armor absorbs or deflects incoming rounds and reduces damage to a body part upon penetration. So if a round penetrates armor, the effective damage it deals is reduced. So that's why it's good to wear armor even if it's low quality, because even if it doesn't stop a bullet, it still might, just might, save your life. So armor always comes with a durability, but I would not put any faith in that number unless it is at maximum. Incoming rounds will degrade armor that they hit, reducing its ability to prevent further damage. Okay, so much for armor. Now for sound. Sound is one of those do not be seen things. So you and everyone around you is making noise. So you can hear others as they take actions, and they can hear you as you take actions. So all headsets have two statistics, sound pickup and noise reduction. So these are actively amplifying sounds around me and actively reducing my sounds, so they aren't interfering with my ability to hear other people. So in reality, high-frequency sounds attenuate much faster than low-frequency sounds. What that means is that at long distances, you will only hear low-frequency wavelengths. So that is why you can have noise reduction and amplification. Reduction attenuates high-frequency sounds that you're producing, and amplification is raising low-frequency sounds. So that is the importance of the headset, so you can hear others and not deafen yourself. So the backpacks are straightforward. The bigger the backpack, the more you can carry. Same for the chest rig. The bigger the rig, the more you can carry. I'll keep up to 5 magazines, so I have plenty of ammunition for firefights and grenades to flush out opponents and eliminate enemies holding corners, or in piles of garbage, or in a bush. It's usually good to have 1 or 2 grenades. Sometimes I'll carry up to 5 if I really want to blow shit up. Also, I keep meds in my pockets for quick access, so the importance of medication is to keep you in the fight after you take damage. Painkillers are great because they allow you to utilize limbs at full effectiveness even if they are blacked. Also, always useful to keep around. So always keep first aid kits, surgery kits, bandages, and painkillers, as well as any other boosters that you'd like to keep on your person. Food and water is also important. You do have to keep track of your energy and hydration levels. I don't usually use water. I typically bring 1 milk and 1 energy drink. My drink of choice right now is the taurine drink, as it's affordable and still useful. So you'll see the canary milk has plus 15 hydration and plus 25 energy, and the taurine drink has plus 10 energy and plus 35 hydration, as well as a stamina regeneration boost. You usually don't need much, but you'll notice if you get into a raid and run out of food or water. A question is asked, does it tell you when you're starving, or do you just start taking damage? And the answer is you'll get a little icon in the bottom left of your screen and a debuff that reduces your stamina regeneration. If that goes to 0, then you will start to take damage, and you will have almost no stamina regeneration. So much for food and water. Anything in your reinforced case, even if you die, you will get to keep, and the same goes for your knife and your keychains. So that's an overview of how all your gear and supplies work together. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps. Sometimes it's better to use quick kits while you are still learning, so that you are not sacrificing huge amounts of money before you learn the game a little better. My recommendation is to develop a kit that is affordable and effective so that you can get comfortable using it. I spend time in the gunsmith. I like it because I can save presets like my M4 Cacmo, which, while it is not the greatest gun, I can get very comfortable using it and learning how it works. There's also plenty of other weapons like this AK-74N, which serve the same purpose. I can just grab it, I know how it works, it feels good, and I would honestly argue that you knowing how a weapon feels is more important than any number on a piece of paper. You can also preset your kits. If I want to take this build and use it in the future, I can import the currently equipped build, and then I can come purchase the whole thing again. It acts as a quick kit, but that I have to pay for it. You'll also notice the equipment value doesn't take into account what is in your backpack and rig, so you can expect to pay more than that number for your whole kit, by a factor of about 1.5 or even 2, depending on different factors. So much for kits. If you find a playstyle you like, save it as a preset. Use it over and over. Even if you die, the one thing you always take out of a raid with you is your experience. Applying that learning moving forward will make you a better player and improve your success rate, so your knowledge is also a part of your kit that you should not overlook. Tactical shooters are complex, long-duration games that take patience, planning, positioning, and coordination, often requiring risk and sacrifice to achieve results. Your opponents are just as smart as you are, and any engagement is a 50-50 chance of success or failure, and every mistake you make, every little thing you overlook, reduces your chances of survival drastically. So thanks for watching. I hope it was worth your time, and I hope you learned something. Good luck out there, and see you in the dark zone.